a abrupt emergency. We are wrestling.
I think there's a lot of issues with that company.
They're going all in for these documentaries.
I want to be champion. I want to be the one to carry that flag.
Hate being a wrestling fan and love being a wrestling fan sometimes, but realize we're all just selfish pricks.
It's business.
So when guys start getting released and stuff, I got questions that need to be asked.
We are Wrestling Extra.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on? We are Wrestling Maniacs worldwide. It is Ben here, Uncle Ben, America's favorite uncle, and wrestling's punching bag. Back at it again for another extra, and today we are discussing, what is it, Donnie boy?
We're going to be talking about John Cena, and normally we would wait until the We Are Wrestling podcast, which new episodes come out every Friday, wherever you get your podcast, or over on the YouTube channel. But this John Cena news is huge because at Money in the Bank, he announced that he will be going on a retirement tour. And I figured we would do an extra to kind of fantasy book what we want to see happen and just talk about it. So before we get into all that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know, the grind is real.
Yeah!
I feel like one of the only good things about Money in the Bank was John Cena showing up, even though the news was pretty sad.
Yeah, and the thing is, usually you would hear, echoes of, if he was going to be there in general, so this felt super last minute because I didn't hear shit about him showing up at all until, maybe hours before the show went live, saying that he was, at the arena and shit. But I wasn't expecting this kind of bombshell this early. I would have expected it, some point in 2025 or, but it makes sense, especially with Raw going to Netflix, and John Cena's going to helm that shit. So for a fact it is going to be mind-blowing. So, but still took us off by a huge gust of surprise. It felt like a gut punch, honestly, hearing him spit all of that. What feels like a lie, but he's not lying.
It's so sad. And I feel like it was good that it didn't come out in the news because a lot of the times when things are speculated, normally we would already know what was going on and we probably would have already talked about it on an episode of the podcast, but we had no idea. And I think John probably kept it within a very small circle. And I think him choosing Money in the Bank in Canada, I think, was the right place. Because I feel like if it was SummerSlam or Survivor Series, we would have known already because there has been rumors about Cena wanting to end his career, having one final match. But the fact that it's not going to be one final match and we're getting a whole retirement tour, this is what makes this extra so special because we're going to fantasy book and we're going to just talk because during the press conference, one thing that if you guys didn't check out, the WWE press conference after Money in the Bank, John Cena did state that his last match isn't WrestleMania 41. He's going to be working from January 2025 to December 2025. And I believe it's 40 or 50 dates, he said?
He said anywhere between, right now that's locked in, he said was in the late 30s, mid 40s.
So is that matches or is that also including appearances?
Also including appearances, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. He did say something. You'd have to rewatch his segment, but I'm pretty sure it's just all together. But I think a lot of them are going to be matches because he wants to end it solidly. That's why he's making it a ride, a whole tour, rather than just a quick, I'm going to spend X amount of time getting ready to do one match. No, he's going the whole fucking way. So we're going to be seeing him regularly again, like he never fucking left in the first place. And that's what's going to make it so much more heartbreaking. And at the end of things, I have a feeling they're going to make a new pay-per-view or something just to have him have his send-off in December. Because it's going to happen in December. And I don't know if there's any like big pay-per-views that happen in December. I know that Survivor Series is November, but that's one of the fucking big 5.
Usually in
But
December, I think they don't really have pay-per-views anymore or PLEs.
did he debut in a November?
Nope. John Cena showed up. It was like the spring of 2002.
Or not November, December. It was spring of 2002. Okay, yeah, I have no idea because I'm trying to think if like they're trying to like nail down like an anniversary Raw or something. I wasn't sure, but like, yeah,
You know, I'm not going to be biased here, but I think WWE should have his final match in Boston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you are saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down 100%, especially since
Not because we're like an hour away from Boston. Not because of that.
nothing.
It's where John Cena's from.
Yeah, but it also has nothing to do with us wanting to be there in person or anything. And
Yeah, no, not at all.
it has nothing to
I don't know
do.
what you're
There's
talking
no
about.
selfish. I just want to put the record out there. It's not for selfish reasons at all. I swear to God, we are being completely 100% honest with you. Totally serious. So yeah.
So with John Cena, I'm very excited that this is a retirement tour because I remember in one of our older episodes of the We Are Wrestling podcast, when these rumors came out, I think about like a year and a half ago, we did talk about this. And I remember saying that I would love John Cena to go on a retirement tour, similar to what Kobe Bryant did for the Los Angeles Lakers during his final season. He pretty much like they advertised that it was his last season. So like every game that he played in each city mattered. So I think John Cena doing this, it's a great marketing campaign because of course, kids like myself who grew up watching Cena are going to want to go see him one more time. So I think them doing this is a brilliant marketing idea. And I feel like John Cena is going to give us some of his best work, which I feel like he hasn't given us within the last couple of years. But I think him having this like somewhat full-time last run, we're going to get some really memorable moments.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with all of that. It's kind of crazy because like, we've seen all of these different stages of Cena. We've seen him as, prototype. We've seen him as fucking, ruthless aggression John Cena before he, busted out the
Basics
jorts.
of thugonomics, baby.
Yeah, before he busted out the jorts, became the fucking Dr. Thugonomics, like it's crazy. And like the things that he went through at the
Super
different
Cena.
time periods, like but I'm saying like the different time periods he went through too, and like the different kind of television he was a part of, seeing this, ruthless aggression Cena to John Cena the champion getting busted open in fucking cages and shit and doing high spots to the obviously the Super Cena and like PG era Cena and then movie star Cena and fucking veteran Cena, and now like we're at old man John Cena. And it's sad because dude facially does not look any different than he did 20 years ago during his fucking prime. Looks no different. Yeah, he's a little smaller, but in the face, he never aged a day. So it's
He's got
sad.
the Mark Wahlberg haircut too.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing given away that he's aging realistically is his fucking bald spot. Dude can fucking go for days in the ring. And he also has a standard to live to himself. And like every other pro wrestler has a certain image that they have of themselves and they don't want to ruin it. They want to like see somebody like AJ Styles said it the best. I want to see that guy, years later and be like, damn, he can still fucking go. God damn, that made me feel like I was like 9 again. But a lot of these people outperform that, and then you see, these Ric fucking Flairs who pass out 12 times and have a heart attack in their fucking, final match. There's some people out there that don't want to do that. And Cena's one of those people that kept to his promise. This was always the plan, but he's gonna make it fucking memorable at the end of it. And what makes it interesting is my main point of saying, we've seen all these stages of him. Technically, if you think about it, we're gonna see something brand fucking new now too, because Netflix has no boundaries. It's the home of fucking Big Mouth. The Office lived on it for fucking years, and we're gonna see John Cena drop an F-bomb for the first time ever. We're gonna see him drop an F-bomb at some point. We're gonna see it because it's on fucking Netflix, baby. So
But I will say this though too about John Cena. I think that we're going to be seeing him on both Raw and SmackDown because I feel like they're not going to have him exclusive to one brand because they're really going to want to have Cena have these dream matches and really go out strong. I feel like Cena's going to work with younger talent. He's also going to work with people that he's already crossed paths with. So I think it's going to get really interesting. But now let's get into some fantasy booking. Who would you have as John Cena's first opponent at the Rumble?
John Cena's first opponent at the Rumble? Ooh. Give me a solid build. Like, have something happen at the end of the year that kind of sparks it off. And that's like, we're kicking off the tour and we're obviously getting the seeds planted early. And I have a feeling before the end of 2024, we're going to be getting a lot of those seeds planted and we're going to be getting a lot of those big reveals as to like who his opponents are. And I'm really excited about that because the list is never ending. We have a bunch of new talent that just crossed over from NXT. We're going to be getting, the Gunthers versus Cena'S. We're going to be getting the Seths versus Cena'S. We're going to be getting the fucking, we're going to get our Truth reunion that everybody wants to see. His childhood heroes coming back.
That would be a fun tag match on Raw.
Yes.
I feel like.
Absolutely. A double fucking attitude adjustment, bro. Holy fuck, dude. The crowd's going to pop. We're going to be getting the Damian Priest versus John Cena's. We're going to be getting the Karrion Crosses potentially versus John Cena's.
I don't know.
We're going to be getting the Bobby. Shut the fuck up, Donnie. We're going to be getting the Bobby Lashley's versus John Cena's. Like I said, the list is never ending, and that's what's so exciting because or this is good old John Cena. This is whole new territory, John Cena, and I'm excited to rehash some things too. But Don, what do you feel about this whole thing?
Royal Rumble, honestly, the first match I want John Cena to wrestle versus AJ Styles. That's what I want at the Rumble. Because we got that years ago at the Rumble and they stole the fucking show. So I feel like having like Cena's first rivalry be AJ Styles, where when AJ Styles first came into WWE, they crossed paths and AJ was a heel. I think there's some really good storytelling there.
Dude, it's great that you said that because AJ has even talked about like his time is like coming up to retire too because he's feeling the same way Cena is, but AJ's had an illustrious career too. So it's like if he's going to make 2025 his ending year too, what a fucking banger to start off both of y'all's fucking ride into the sunset. Like I would be down for that too if we got the actual announcement from AJ.
And I'm just saying here too, with AJ Styles, his best work is when he's going against main event stars. Him and Cody Rhodes, they absolutely tore the roof down twice. Bro. And I feel like AJ Styles, man, him and Cena, they had a great rivalry back in 2016. And I think that those two can really put on a great match.
And who fucking better, man, than John Cena to have fucking AJ really like have his fucking god status come out again, dude. John Cena, the main eventer of all main eventers. The dude that was the face of the company single-handedly for 20 years before he even thought about fucking Roman Reigns being the tribal chief. Like, that's fucking insane to me, bro. That's insane to me. And that AJ, because I feel like we're going to be getting some, like, remnants of the past from both of them in that match, bro. Like, we're going to be seeing some TNA AJ in there, bro. We're going to be seeing some fucking WWE champion 2005 hungrier than ever fucking John Cena in that shit. We're going to be seeing the war between two Goliaths, bro. So honestly, not who I would have picked, but I'm not fucking mad about it at all.
So a couple like other little names too that I could see John Cena facing during this retirement tour. I think we're definitely going to be getting John Cena versus Kevin Owens because they've also had great chemistry as well. I believe that was Kevin Owens' first match on the main roster was against John Cena.
I think so.
So I think that we're going to go down that rabbit hole. I think John Cena and Rey Mysterio, maybe that'd be a fun match because they both came out around the same time in WWE.
Yeah.
Also, I think LA Knight, like you were talking about during the live stream, I think that we can get a fun match there down the line.
Oh, that's not going to be a fun match. That's going to be a put-over match. I think LA is going to have the U.S. title. Cena's going to fall into an angle where he's going to want to fucking, have it for some old time's sake, and then LA and him are going to have a fucking 5-star banger. I
could see Gunter, Carmelo Hayes,
wait,
Breaker.
Wait. Don't keep going. Answer who I wanted to think that John Cena would go first at the Rumble. I forgot to answer because I went on a fucking tirade.
All right, who do you want?
Fuck. I can't say who I want to say because that's potential retirement match like material. Like I have a feeling that that's like retirement match material. Honestly, give me Cody Rhodes.
Cody versus
the
John
guy.
is on my list.
Give me
Yep.
the guy of the company right now. Give me the guy to kick off his return. Because Cody ain't dropping that title anytime soon. He's going into 2025 with it. And even Triple H said so on a fucking talk show one day. Oops. He fucking leaked it saying that he was going into 2025 with
Ooh.
it. So
Honestly, Ben, you're onto something because John Cena could say to Cody, I want to start this retirement tour hot. Let me go against the very best.
the top
And right there, that's a
there.
perfect fucking dream match. Cody versus Cena. Yep.
history
Go
from the past,
Rumble.
bro.
Make it happen. That's
Exactly.
the perfect first match.
So, but dude, that's why I'm saying like that's hard to compete with your AJ Styles pitch though, bro. Like I was simmering with you for a second there. I'm like, dude,
I don't know. I'm kind of with you now.
Yeah, dude, like Cody
I might
like,
have to go American Nightmare versus Cena.
started off with the guy who was the bottom of the totem pole bitch when Cena was still there. And now he's the top guy. So why not throw him in the ring with fucking Cody just to see where the company's at and where the company's being held right now on their shoulders? That would be a fucking amazing banger. And dude,
And Royal Rumble is a big PLE, so having that match makes perfect sense. Perfect build.
what a way to hype up the winner of the Royal Rumble too, because you're hyping up a match between either Cody Rhodes or potentially John Cena or whoever the World Heavyweight Champion is, whether if it's Seth, Drew, or fucking CM Punk at the time. Like it's money. 2025 is gonna be fucking money, bro.
Even the history with Rollins and Cena too, with the whole breaking Cena's nose.
Oh yeah.
There's so much you could do, but there's one guy in particular that, like, I can't believe I wasn't even thinking about this when Cena showed up. I want to see John Cena versus CM Punk one final time.
Oh, dude, especially after the talk show, dude, he fucking CM Punk hyped the fuck out of that shit, dude. Now I'm like, yeah, dude, I want that. I want
Give it to us next year, SummerSlam.
And
Because at WrestleMania, I want Randy versus Cena. That's what I want.
Bro, when that happens, I hope they kind of like break kayfabe a little bit and let them kind of like be themselves. Like when it happens, I almost want it to just happen at random. Like I hope Cena is like, obviously done with his whatever feud he's got going on and like is cutting a promo, like wanting to turn up the volume and wanting to have a little open challenge for like the next opponent. And then CM Punk comes out, and then before he doesn't even go to the ring, he just sits the fuck down. That's all I want.
Bob.
Just sit the fuck down,
2011.
like the old days, bro. And just have a fun little debate, like a fun debate. Nothing serious, obviously, but just a fun debate because it doesn't need animosity. It could get there, but it doesn't need it to be a fucking blockbuster fucking match between two legends, bro. It doesn't.
But here's what I want to bring up now that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to John Cena versus other baby faces, you don't need them to turn heel.
No.
Because when somebody's retiring to John Cena's caliber, it's just a match that the WWE Universe is going to get invested in regardless. It's going to be a competition of who's better, who's at the top. Like the way that they're building Gunter versus Damian Priest right now going into SummerSlam with the vignettes. They're pretty much talking about like who's going to be the better man. Priest and Rollins, they've been kind of doing that. They're going more into the sports space, which maybe because WWE is merged with TKO, which is with UFC, they're kind of taking more of the real approach going into these rivalries so that the fans can get more invested. And if there's somebody that can sell you on a babyface versus babyface dream match, it's John Cena because of the connection he has with the audience.
Oh yeah, dude. That dude just got to lift up his hand for the 5-knuckle shuffle, and the whole fucking place got both their hands up like it's a spirit bomb.
I am so sad that the Cena's going to be retiring.
Bro.
What better way to go out than going on a retirement tour?
Bro, and like let's talk about the stops he's going to be taking. Like, can you imagine Cena versus Roman 2025? Like, that's going to be fucking insane, dude. Like, Cena and fucking Randy. Like, we got some people to go down a very vast list. a quick little a quick little banger match between him and Finn Balor. Like, there's gonna be a lot of great matches on his stop. So, like, who are you looking forward to the most?
Ooh, so out of all the people, like, I'm not gonna put out the big names because I feel like the 3 that I would look forward to the most that are, like, big superstars would obviously be AJ, Cody,
Those
and
are retirement and starter matches. So yeah, no.
Randy. But when it comes to like underrated guys, I really want to see John Cena versus Braun Breaker. I feel like that's a match I could get really invested in. I could see maybe John Cena even winning the United States champ. Wait, before you go, Ben, before you go, I could see John Cena winning the US championship and then going on every week doing his open challenges like he did back in 2015 with the title.
See,
And that could be a great way to put him in matches against guys like Gable, Logan Paul, LA Knight, like other underrated guys.
bro, you're onto something. You're cooking. But there's also another side of things too. You just said Braun Breaker, and that's when I started freaking out. I was like, when dude inevitably wins the fucking Intercontinental title, Cena is obviously gonna knock on that door because that's the one title that
Wait,
him.
Cena never won the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah, and Braun Breaker about to grab it. So that's a match made in heaven. The timing couldn't be better. By that time,
that would be a really good, really good WrestleMania match too.
And it's going to give fucking Braun some time to build credibility with his reign as IC champion. So it's not going to look like a fucking paperweight match. Like, it's going to look like an actual established, like, people have been waiting for this shit. And I'm getting really behind Braun Breaker right now, dude. Like, I'm finally feasting on that shit, bro. Like, it's so good. So yeah, dude, you are fucking onto something. You're onto something, man.
Honestly, John Cena versus Miz, that'd be a fun match for like an episode of Raw or SmackDown because obviously they've had their feud back in 2011.
Oh god, dude.
And they even headlined at a WrestleMania too, so that would be like a fun match.
Which Miz feud are we talking with John Cena? They've had plenty of run-ins in the past.
I'm talking about like the early days when Miz was WWE champion, like around WrestleMania 27.
When you send in John Cena to do cleanup on the dude who was clearly not ready to be world champion material and put him over. Yeah, I got you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Miz beat Cena at WrestleMania 27. Yeah. Then at Extreme Rules, John Cena.
I know, but I'm saying like Cena put him over, but he wasn't ready, but he put him over. And
I don't know, Miz had a good run during that time.
But Miz became a star. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Miz on behalf of the whole Cena versus Miz thing. Bravo to the dude who fucked up severely on his dialogue for the Diva Search and became one of the most decorated, accolade-holding, and most entertaining heels of all time. I just want to say that.
I just want to say one thing, too. You also got to give Miz a huge shout-out because he really got hazed during the early days in his WWE career where he had to change in bathrooms and outside the locker room.
I remember.
Kicked out.
Yeah,
so, like,
Ben Roth threw him out.
For Miz to, I think it was more Hardcore Holly, but for Miz to like have this first class Hall of Fame career is surreal. And I think him versus John Cena could definitely be a really fun match because they've had rivalries throughout the years.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm really excited for all of these fucking stops that we're going to be going on with John Cena through this final tour in 2025. And it's good to know the list of all of these pay-per-views that he will be a part of. Like Elimination Chamber, like what the fuck? Like Elimination Chamber, like what are you going to be a part of? What kind of fucking the Royal Rumble? Are you going to be competing in the Royal Rumble to go for a chance at Mania? Because he said Elimination Chamber. So Cena's thing to win the Rumble 25 and then go and then lose it and then go to the Elimination Chamber. Is that what's happening? Like, is that makes me fucking think of something that's going on. All right, what did I inspire in Donnie's brain?
All right, I know you mentioned Cody versus John at the Rumble, but here's what they could do. Hear me out, Ben. Hear me out. I know there's rumors about the Final Boss versus Cody, but let's scratch that. Let's have John Cena earn a title shot against Cody, either Rumble or Chamber. Let them wrestle at Mania, and then you could give The Rock and Roman their match. And it doesn't need a championship at all.
Yeah.
Because I think going into WrestleMania, Cody versus John, that could be a money-making match right there.
That really could be, because I actually forgot about Roman versus Rock, but there's a lot that could happen within now.
Because you have to realize too, John Cena is on the road, I believe, to beating Ric Flair's world championship streak.
Yeah,
So that's right there. That's a whole story itself. John Cena's trying to finish his story.
and you know,
There's ways to go about it.
it's just sad that Ric Flair's petty ass is probably going to come out of retirement and can demand one more challenge because you can't beat the man. Woo!
No, surprisingly, with Ric Flair, he did say if there's anybody to beat that 16-time world champion, it would be John Cena, and he'd be okay with it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. If there's that respect already established,
He did say that years ago.
I will take that back. But yeah, no. If there's anybody that deserves to do it, it is 1,000% John Cena. Yeah, I agree.
All right. So, final thoughts on John Cena with his retirement tour.
Thank you for everything. Making a very safe environment from someone who grew up in a non-safe environment. And congratulations on putting to bed almost 30 years of your entire life to entertain us fans. So congratulations, John Cena.
So, if you are a subscriber to the We Are Wrestling channel, if you've been following me, you know firsthand John Cena is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. And he's my childhood hero, one of the greatest of all time. And there's no better way of going out than going on this retirement tour and giving us some of the greatest matches that he has in his career and just leaving it all in that squared circle. I am so grateful for everything John Cena did for this business, because the man sacrificed pretty much 20 years of his life to this business to entertain us. And honestly, I can't wait to see what they do here with his retirement tour. I think whatever it is, we're all going to be invested because of how much John has given to this business. And I really do hope his last match is in Boston, not because we're driving distance from there, not at all, but Cena, man, I can't wait to see what's going to happen here, because he's one of the greatest, and there's so much storylines that we can do. And this is not a Vince McMahon era. We are not going to have to go through what Kurt Angle had to during his final run. John Cena, with the way WWE creative is, Triple H, he knows that there's something special here, and it's going to get really interesting what we're going to see during this. And I can't wait.
I'm so excited, because it's like, yeah, he announced he's retiring, but he hasn't retired yet. So yeah, now we're bugging. I ain't crying until that final 1, 2, 3. I ain't crying until that final 1, 2, 3, bro.
But is there anything else before we close off this extra?
No, we covered it, brother. Take it away.
I think we did. And obviously, we could have done this as a main event topic for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. But instead, we decided let's just do an extra and talk about it, because we can't wait a couple days to talk about it. We need to talk about it now while it's hot. But let us know in the comment section below some of your favorite John Cena memories, and what are you expecting during this final run? I think Ben and I, we had some great ideas, some great fantasy booking. We would love to hear it down in the comments. If you enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. We're going to try to give you guys more extras. Sometimes it's going to be me and Ben, maybe even get Ricky, Phil, and we're just going to switch things around and try some new stuff. But the link's down in the description box below. You can follow Ben and I over on our social medias and other YouTube pages. And of course, all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.
We are Wrestling Extra.